Okay, so recently some important people from the past came back into my life, and I was thinking like, should I give them a second chance? Because some of those friends did me wrong, and some of them I did wrong. And it really comes down to how much I forgive them. Do I forgive them for what they've done? Do they forgive me for what I have done? And looking back at it now, whenever I was in a position to beg for a second chance or to fight for a second chance, I did something wrong and then I want to get a second chance. I want to prove myself that I have changed, that I have learned everything, right? And I found myself like begging, like, please give me a second chance, please. Like, I can prove myself that I did right, that I learned and everything. But the hypocritical thing about me was that I used to not give others a second chance. I was like, I don't know, I just thought of myself as a badass, like somebody that's very strict. And it's like, if I were to give you a second chance, it's like giving you a second bullet for you to shoot me with. And so I'm like, no chance, I give you a second chance. Just go away from me, forget about me, right? And that was a hypocritical thing. Others didn't have a second chance with me, but I had a second chance with everybody else, or at least I tried to have a second chance. So that's not really fair, is it? And so because of these people from the past coming back into my life, I have a choice of giving them a second chance, and it all comes down to how much I have forgiven them. And in this particular situation, it's been a while. It's been a year since we've seen each other, and they came into my life again. They've texted me and everything, and I forgive them. They said some harsh things in the past, but that doesn't mean that they haven't changed. They haven't grieved, and they have apologized genuinely. So I do believe them. And this is the thing with second chances. Let's say like this, okay? Imagine if a person steals $100 from you and they come the next day and they say that they're sorry, that they will never do it again. You probably wouldn't leave your wallet beside them alone because you just don't trust them, because a person cannot change in a day. It's a very short amount of time to change. But if a person steals $100 from you and then comes back in a year and says they're sorry and everything, and they even repay you, would you believe them? Would you forgive them? Would you be like, okay, he learned his lesson, they've learned that lesson, I don't hold that grudge against them anymore? Well, that's the same in life. Of course, people do deserve second chances, in my opinion especially, but not until a lot of time has passed. Well, how much time is a lot of time? I'd say 3 months. 3 to 6 months has to pass before I decide to give them a second chance. Whether it was in trust, whether it was in anything, in love relationships, in friend relationships, at least 3 to 6 months, because they have to think about what they have done. They have to think about why that was and how to fix it the next time that it occurs. So a lot of time has to pass for them and for myself, so I both understand what happened, why did it not go well, why did it go wrong. And so let's say you break up with somebody and they come back the next week or the next month saying like, hey, I thought about it, I think we should try again and everything. Most likely it's not gonna go well again, because there's just not enough time for them to understand everything on their own, for them to realize what was wrong, for them to heal from the hurt that may have been caused. And so, answering the question, do you believe love deserves a second chance? I say yes. I say that love does deserve a second chance, but only after a lot has passed. Only if both of you have understood what was wrong, have understood the way that you can fix it next time that it occurs, the problem. If you have respect for another person, that you learn how to communicate, then it could definitely go again. And remember what I said before about how giving a second chance to somebody could feel like giving them a second bullet? Well, yes, giving somebody a second chance is like giving somebody a second bullet. But what if they don't take the shot? The first time you gave them a bullet and they took a shot, they hurt you. Then enough time has passed, and then you decide to give them a second chance. You gave them the second bullet, And so there is a risk of you being shot. The same risk of being shot that was the first time. But what if the second time you don't get shot? What if they keep the bullet in the gun and they put the gun down? What then? Because we're always thinking about negativity. What if they do something bad? What if something bad happens? Why don't we just think, what if something good happens? They don't have to take the shot. They can choose to put the gun down. And so to kind of sum up this video, yes, I do believe in second chances. I do believe that a person can change, but it takes a lot of time for a person to change, understood what was wrong, to heal, and to come back and apologize, and to deserve that second chance. Now, this is a question for you. Not an actionable question, just a question. If a person in your life came back that you loved a lot, be it a friend, a partner, if they came back, would you give them a second chance? And if you would, what requirements would it have? And why would you give them a second chance?